All right, so if you could just tell us your name and what you do.
Alice Dendinger, and I own a consulting company in Austin called the Alice Dendinger Alliance Group.
Very good. Now, how long have you been an active member of AHRMA?
Since 1991.
And since 1991, have you participated in committees or volunteer organizations?
Yes. With AHRMA?
Yes.
Yes. In 1999, I was the president. And so I started out my volunteer work with AHRMA in 1995. And I was the president in 1999. And then in 2000, it was 2010, where I didn't have any real direct involvement with AHRMA or with the Texas AHRMA State Council, the Society for Human Resource Management State Council. I was the director of that for a couple of years.
How has AHRMA supported you in your professional development?
I always tell people I'm doing my own business. I tell people I'm doing my dream, and I couldn't do it if I weren't involved in AHRMA. Because my involvement in AHRMA taught me that AHRMA is like a business. It's like a small business. You have to manage to the needs of the volunteers and the constituency, the people that join AHRMA. And you have to have budgets, you have to have business plans, you have to have strategy, you have to have a purpose, you have to have vision, mission, organizations, goals, objectives, and standards, behaviors, values, just like any company. And so I learned then what it took to build AHRMA and to make AHRMA into the successful organization it is today. And based on that, I had every confidence to launch my own business.
Very good. From a networking perspective, how has AHRMA benefited you more than maybe other organizations?
AHRMA, a lot of people tell me never to sell to the HR director because they'll be in your way. They'll be the speed bump. And I learned a long time ago that it's the HR person that you talk to because they are the people in the organization that have the greatest degree of influence. So, people say, get into the C-suite, talk to the C-suite. And sure, I do that. But if I can get into the human resource manager, they will be my ally because it's my job to make them the hero that they are already in the organization. So I think that's one thing I've learned over the years with AHRMA and networking within AHRMA. And because I was so involved with AHRMA when I launched my own business, I had the great opportunity to just work with friends. So I've been working with friends for the last 11 to 12 years, and it's been great.
How has AHRMA helped you kind of attain your educational goals?
My educational goals? My core value, one of my core values is continuous learning. And so AHRMA, at every level, I've been here even since 9 o'clock this morning, and I have pages and pages and pages of notes that I'll be incorporating into a third business that I'm starting with a couple of colleagues here in town. It's a learning and development business, and I'm ready. I'm ready to go do it. And this has I've just been here for 2 hours.
Right.
So it's exciting. I'm constantly learning with AHRMA. If I don't learn in a workshop, a professional development workshop or something at the lunch, I learn from my colleagues that I just interact with in the hallways or I sit next to at the luncheon. So, gosh, AHRMA is, how can you not learn? That's, if you're not, if you're not learning anything from an AHRMA event, then you're sitting in the corner facing the wall.
From AHRMA's website, has that been a tool that you've used in the past?
AHRMA's website is great. Of course, the Society for Human Resource Management is the most prolific, the most well put together. If you need anything, you go to the SHRM website, and of course, AHRMA's just directly affiliated with SHRM. So the AHRMA website, I've been so proud to see it grow as it has, because in 1995 when we were doing the conference, there was a vendor that came up to me and he said, hey Alice, if you give me a free booth, I'll give you a website. And this was in 1995, and I looked at it, I go, website? I said, is that with 2 B's or 1 B? I didn't get it. Right. And now today, the AHRMA website is just a powerhouse of information and material. And the people over the years that had the wisdom to get together a technology committee. I mean, it's great. I think AHRMA is not only a benchmark organization in Texas, but nationally. People in 2008, I had people from California calling me saying, can we come and study AHRMA? People from California that said, how do you get a chapter to be so inclusive and working so well together and meeting the needs of the region because they weren't doing that in California. And I have goosebumps talking about it now because they wanted to study us.
That's great. How has AHRMA impacted your business?
I wouldn't be in business if it weren't for AHRMA. Like I said, I started it because of the confidence I gained through my volunteer work at AHRMA. Mm-hmm. It continues to grow because of my associations, my relationships. I continue to work with other people that want to start their own businesses too, like the one I've started, and it's just exciting. I couldn't. In fact, I've often thought about moving, and I thought I can't move AHRMA with me, so I wouldn't do it. This is where I'm here to stay.
If you were sitting across the table from someone that was in HR, what one thing would you tell them, or what one reason would you give them for why they should join AHRMA?
If they're not a member of AHRMA already, I must admit, in my opinion, their credibility as an HR professional in Austin is diminished, in my opinion. If they haven't sought out AHRMA already, and they call themselves a human resource professional, I kind of wonder that. I doubt that in a way. Because if I were an HR professional in Austin and I hit the city limits, AHRMA would be the first place I would go and the first people I would call in order to learn, grow, network, work in the community, volunteer. I really encourage people all the time to volunteer with AHRMA. There's no safer place to be than to volunteer at AHRMA and to exercise your leadership potential and your leadership legs, because it's safe. People want you to succeed. People support you. You support other people. Nobody's going to give you a performance evaluation at the end of the year like they might in your workplace. Nobody's going to tell you you can't. Right. Nobody's going to tell you you shouldn't do that, because AHRMA's just that innovative and looking forward in that kind of cutting edge. So I encourage everybody to be a part of AHRMA, to be a part of its future growth, and to be a part of it. I mean, you've got so many excellent people who have come through AHRMA over the past several years, and we just continue to build upon each other's shoulders to make it better and better all the time. And so I'm a lifetime member of AHRMA. I value that association and that membership, and if you're not in AHRMA and you call yourself a human resource professional in Austin, Texas, I would encourage you to be a part of AHRMA, because it just gives you that much more credibility in the community.